Hey, what's going on, fam? This your main man, KC4L, King Self for Life, Wrestling Takes. I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. I have not done a video, especially talking about AEW in a very long time, but y'all know I was coming through with the AEW World's End recap, results video, whatever you want to call it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you from what I watched, I thought World's End was a nice bounce back pay-per-view. However, again, I still need TK and them to just put forth a better effort at getting us to said pay-per-views. I'm so tired of them just hanging on the laurels that we're gonna kill it in the pay-per-view and then that's that. No. Listen, I'm not like these idiots that want AEW to be exactly like the E. No. First of all, we already got, if you think about it, the main cast that's actually doing work in AEW is the cats who used to work in the E. That's the sad part. You would think it should be the cats who work at AEW who are originally AEW cats. These should be the ones that should be carrying the company. It shouldn't be that the fact we got to resort to fools that used to work in the E to carry this company. It should not be like that. But again, Tony Khan's booking, his philosophies, his way of how he does things, and the fact that everybody in the back think they poop don't smell. That's the messed up part. It's the mindset that needs to change. It is a serious mindset that needs to change. Going into 2025, if we want this company to be just as good as whatever WWE is doing, they got to change everything they're doing. One, don't worry about the noise on social media. Do not worry about the noise on social media. Social media is one of AEW's biggest problems because we're trying to fight with fools online that can't shine our shoes. Don't worry about them. What you need to do, focus on just getting people to care about what you're presenting. You got the hardcores. The hardcores ain't going anywhere. They be the main ones that glaze the mess out of this company. They ain't going anywhere. It's the casuals and it's the other people who used to be hardcores who stopped being hardcores because they noticed that you don't really care about putting forth an effort at telling better stories. That's basically what's going on. I'm just telling you from an AEW hardcore here. I am an AEW hardcore here, and I'm always going to be an AEW hardcore here. I may not post like how I used to, but I'm telling you the bold-faced truth. Somebody who is a genuine fan of the company, who wants this company to thrive and continue to do great. I just want them to don't worry about the food, don't worry about the noise online, but focus on telling better stories and getting people to care. This matchup and the way how it was presented going into it should have had such a better build. They tried, they really did, but it just cats wasn't feeling it because they completely went away from what the whole point of. They was trying to make it seem like this fool was under some kind of control from some other clown. That didn't pop off, you know what I'm saying? Then you had these three who's supposed to be the AEW Avengers or the Justice League, since this is Warner Brothers, Justice League, trying to take out Dr. Doom over here, or I mean Doomsday, whoever is the main like Thanos character over in the DC world. But you know, it didn't work. It did not work. But overall, in my honest opinion, I thought World's End was a better pay-per-view. Matter of fact, this World's End 2 was better than World's End 1. Now, the main event, I would actually take the main event from last year, even though the ending was trash. World's End main event 2, it's up for debate. It's up for debate. When I get there, I will get there. But overall, and I did not watch the pre-show, and I think that's another reason what kind of helps me get through AEW pay-per-views. Just skip out on the pre-show, because what TK and them need to focus on, the pre-show should be the build-up to World's End. It's the last effort. You don't use wrestling matches that don't mean nothing to get people to care about tuning into a pay-per-view. I don't give a dang what. You can have one on the pre-show, one. But the rest of the pre-show should be used to hype up. This is your last effort to get people to buy your pay-per-view. This is your final effort. You can't do, like, this is it. So, let's go ahead and talk about it. 0 Hour. I did not watch a single match from 0 Hour, but apparently these were the matches that were on 0 Hour. You had Tony Storm defeats Layla Gray. Jeff Jarrett went against QT Marshall. And the Murder Machines, Leo Rush, and Action Andrade defeated the Outrunners in Top Flight. Great. Now we move on. So what TK was doing, he tried to turn TK and the Continental Classic is pretty much their version of the King of the Ring. Let's just call it for what it is. Am I a fan of the Continental Classic? I was the first go round. This one I kind of wasn't really invested because I feel like TK and them kind of was lacking on. Just I know the story was there. I'm not saying the story was not there. I'm not like these idiots who want to sit up here and just hate on what TK and them were doing. But for me, I just wasn't really fully invested like I should have been. I'm just being 100% with y'all. Y'all wonder how you notice I have not been doing the reviews just because, one, I've been working like a crazy person. And two, I just ain't feel like been coming on here talking about it. Because it just feel like I'm not going to come on here and be faking the funk. I'm not like these hardcore heads that fake the funk and act like everything that you're seeing in this company is off the chain. I'm not like that. I tell you every day, when I do a video, I try to be as real. I try to be as authentic. I try to tell y'all the bold-faced truth of what the heck I'm looking at. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat. I try to be as real and as authentic and you know, and I don't like to be negative, but if I need to, I got to go in. I can't be fake. I can't. But I'm I'm dang near close to 500 subscribers, which is dope. I mean, listen, this has been a very productive year for me. I appreciate all the new subscribers that came through, everybody that's been rocking with me, people that's been patient. I thank y'all. Like I said, I apologize for sometimes having a brain fog and stuttering over my words. I don't like to do that. I like to come on here and articulate everything what I'm saying, bring y'all the realest of the real, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, for the Continental Classic, I just feel like TK, they're like, you know what? I ain't really got no matches, so let me just go ahead and put half of the Continental Classic, the semifinals, on the pay-per-view. So we got Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, I believe this is part 3, I think. This is part 3. They killed it. Kyle Fletcher busted this boy open so bad, he was gashing all over the place. Will Ospreay looked like he looked terrible. He looked terrible, but that was basically the emotion because these two got some serious beef. So Kyle Fletcher beat the brakes off him so bad, but however, it resulted with Will Ospreay moving on to the finals. Then following that, we got Ricochet and Okada. Now the storyline with this, Ricochet has been running his mouth. Now a lot of people are not feeling this version of Ricochet, and it's due to the fact of him trying to be a heel and being forced to actually go that way because the fans completely turned on him the moment he came in the AEW. And it doesn't help with Ricochet hopping online, going back. This is why I say cats got to get some maturity in that locker room. They need to. I know people, look, haters are going to hate. Listen, you are in the field you are in. The haters are going to hate on you no matter what you do, especially with you leaving the E and going to AEW. There is, I say it every day, there is a 80% of the so-called IWC, they don't give a dang about AEW. I'm just calling for what it is. There's only like 20% of us that actually care about this company. 80% of this company, 80% of the fandom of the IWC, I don't care who they are, they don't like this company at all. They've been praying for the downfall of this company ever since it came into existence, and they don't want it to go. However, the clowns that's controlling the ship, they got a lot of work to do. I don't give a dang that they got the TV deal. I don't give a dang that they're going to be on streaming. That's great. That's fantastic. You get your money. I'm not mad at you. Get your money. But you got to do a better job at getting people to care about your product and not worrying about what the naysayers have to say. That is the biggest issue with the cats that work in the back, that work on TV, they flipping and do flips and dives and do all this other crazy stuff. You can't worry about the outside noise, especially the people who hop in your mentions disrespecting you every day. You know you can block those people. You know you can mute them people. You understand? You go and you shut them up. You put on the best performance you can possibly do. And I understand Ricochet is not a great promo. Listen, now I understand the Prince Puma gimmick. The Prince Puma gimmick, he never said anything. If for people who don't know what I'm talking about, I remember Ricochet as Prince Puma. I didn't know who he was until my man Ace told me about him the moment he came over to the E. Shout out to that boy RBL. Shout out to you, homie. I appreciate everything you did, homie, for us, homie. I appreciate it, brother. God bless you, man. You already know. Ricochet was Prince Puma. He wore a mask. Every time Prince Puma was about to grab the mic, somebody always interrupted him, and I didn't understand why. Now we know several plus years later, Ricochet is not a great promo. He is in a place where they teach people how to talk. They teach people how to cut promo. There's too many clowns in the back that know how to cut promos. I'm going to listen. If this is one of my weaknesses, which is the promo work, I'm going to promo school. I am going to promo school. I'm going to watch promos like crazy, and I'm going to make. And listen, if you need help, get somebody to write your material. It ain't even that difficult. If you need somebody to help you come up with something, get you somebody that knows how to cut to talk. Get you a mouthpiece or something. That's what managers are for. Why you think Roman Reigns hooked up with doggone Paul Heyman? Why you think Brock Lesnar was with Paul Heyman? Why you think CM Punk was with Paul Heyman for a little bit? Mouthpieces. Like if you don't have your mouthpiece right, you go get yourself a mouthpiece to do your talking. Why you think MVP is with? Why you think Bobby Lashley? Now I'm not saying Bobby Lashley not. Bobby is not the best promo, but he can at least talk. Hanging out with MVP gonna do all your talking for you. Same thing with Shelton. Shelton, that was one of his downfalls. One of his downfalls was not being able to talk. However, hanging out with MVP, that then helped him tremendously. A manager is for cats who can't really talk. Ricochet, he ain't really that good on the promo. So, get yourself somebody that can help you along the way, especially now with him getting embarrassed because Swerve told that man, if you don't go on to win the Continental Classic, you don't go on to win the Triple Crown Championship, I will embarrass you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Okada, Ricochet did what they were supposed to do, and Ricochet got embarrassed again. So Swerve pulled up and came out. Prince Nana came out with a wheelbarrow of toilet paper because apparently when they was out there at the New York Stadium, I call it the famous Monday Night Raw Stadium, the famous ECW Stadium. I can't think of. Listen, y'all, for my hardcore wrestling heads, in the comment section, what is the name of the famous stadium that AEW was recently at? They was there for the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. They was there for Dynamite and Collision and Rampage or whatever. Hit it up. Leave the comment in the comment section. Let me know. It starts with the H. It's something ballroom. I forgot the name of it. So Ricochet was laid out. Somebody had threw a toilet paper and hit him directly in the nuts. So they are running with this now. They are pretty much saying Ricochet is trash. And the sad part, like I said, this is a twofold thing. I blame Tony Khan and I blame Ricochet. There's twofold. Your presenter or whoever's calling the shots got to put you in a position to make you feel like you're irrelevant. I mean, you're relevant, not irrelevant. But he's put him in a position to make him feel irrelevant, and then he's not helping himself by hopping online, going back and forth with people. That's just immaturity. I know you're trying to get back. I know you're trying to clap back. I understand that. And it's hurtful because these fools, is like I said, some of these hardcore wrestling heads are some of the most dumbest clowns on the planet. They first of all, they can't book anything. They think they can. They don't know nothing. So them constantly going back and forth, and you feel the disrespect. I trust me. I understand. That's why I'm like, look, I'm not in their shoes. Look, if I was in Ricochet's shoes right now, I would be really trying to get this new heel persona that I'm about to go on, because everything that happened at World's End with him sitting up there looking like a straight up joke. This is the most I ain't never seen Ricochet look like he just looked like a straight fool. Cass was throwing toilet paper. I mean, he just looked like a joke. Ricochet looked like one of the biggest jokes in wrestling coming today, and that's sad. I'm a big Ricochet fan. I've always been a Ricochet fan. But now with this, him getting embarrassed, I hope this helps him go to that next level where he just going berserk. More than likely, we know him and Swerve is getting ready to tangle it up, and I can't wait. I can't wait for that matchup. It's gonna be off the chain. I can't wait. But I just need Ricochet to take it up to the next level. Take it up to the next level and go to a place where you've never been before. Because I've never seen a heel Ricochet. I've only seen the babyface Ricochet. Heel Ricochet, this might change his career for the better. After that, we get the women's matchup. Now, Mariah May Thunder Rose the whole situation. Mariah May been talking a whole lot of bull jive. She been being disrespectful to Thunder Rose. Everybody mama knew Thunder Rose wasn't going to win. We all knew that. But just her disrespecting her culture, disrespecting her father, talking all this mess. They had a Tijuana street fight. I expected more. Let me tell you something. If it's a street fight, I'm expecting, in Falls Count Anywhere, I'm expecting you to go all over the arena. You want to add more to this, Go everywhere. Go backstage. Go outside. Add to it. Don't just stay in the ring and try to throw somebody through a table and whacking somebody in the stomach with a. We've seen that. I've seen it. I've seen so many street fights in pro wrestling. They don't make no sense. You got to add a little bit to it. And I kind of feel underwhelmed. Now, I'm not saying that the girls didn't put on a good performance. They did. They did pretty solid. But I just expected more. And I knew Thunder Rosa wasn't going to win. But I'm like, Thunder Rosa, this woman been disrespecting your culture. She's been talking mad bull jive. You need to beat the brakes off this girl. Beat her tail. Take her behind outside. Beat the brakes off of her. Do what you got to do. Beat the brakes off of her. It's like, oh, you've been talking bull jive about me and my family and my culture. You've been dang acting like a straight up white. I'm just calling it for what it is. Mariah May was on some white supremacy mode. Let's call it for what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody want to go this deep. I'm calling it for what it is. I'm like, you on this foolishness. You being this extra disrespectful. You low key trying to be racist against my. I'm like, oh, I'm about to beat the brakes off of you. Thunder Rosa just barely did the bare minimum, the thumbtacks and the piano, and let me jump off a table and all this stuff. And I'm trying to do this for my family and everything, and it backfired. Mariah May walked in there, beat the brakes off of her, and walked out. I expected more. I literally expected more from this. This should have been a beat the brakes off. Like, anytime you get a street fight, anytime of these no DQ type of matches, these should be the beat the brakes off your opponent. When I say beat the brakes, I literally mean beat the brakes off your opponent. That's what it should have been. If Thunder Rosa and Mariah May would have went everywhere, I probably would have actually gave this matchup a higher rating. I would have been more invested into it. But they just did the bare minimum. And I understand Thunder Rosa's situation about her body and all that stuff. But I'm like, look, y'all got to go hard in the paint. You got to go hard in the freaking paint. And I feel like they kind of let us down. I'm just calling it for what it is. We knew Mariah May was not losing that championship. Every single one of us knew that. But I just expected more. This is a street fight. This is a Tijuana Street, whatever it's called. Tequila Street fight. Beat the brakes off your opponent. Go everywhere you need to go. It would have added so much more. Mariah May defeats her. We move. This whole situation is it's a sad situation because a year prior, these two stumbled in one of AEW's biggest storylines they ever had, and it failed so tremendously. I expected them to try to make sense of what they were trying, because to me, the roles are completely reversed. You don't know who should be the heel. You don't know who should be the face. You don't know if it should have been Cole. You don't know shit. They played this thing and it just went out of whack. And so everything that happened after the match felt like a quadruple turn. I'm like, TK, MJF, Adam Cole, y'all just confused everybody even more. Now, I mean, it should have been obvious. Listen, after this, MJF needs to just retire this whole matchup. We don't need it anymore. It worked when AEW first started. We don't need this anymore because we already know the result. Everybody knows the result. So why are we still doing this with this stupid Dynamite Diamond Ring? It's stupid. But like I said, the whole concept of everything they tried to do is just... literally, Adam Cole could have made more sense of this if he just would have said, you know what, screw all this. The reason why I did what I did is because you've beaten me twice. I've never beaten you. That would have made so much more sense than this whole, yeah, I was going to turn on you, but you actually became a good friend of mine and all. It would have made so much more sense that Adam Cole said, yeah, the only reason I befriended you is because I wanted what you had. I wanted your championship. And the fact that you beaten me twice, I've never beaten you. So I need to get this win. That would have made so much more sense. And then the fact you trying to involve all the clowns in the Undisputed Kingdom and all this clown crap. And so I'm sitting up and thinking, okay, maybe they're going to let Adam Cole get his victory. Adam Cole didn't win. And I said, okay, all right. So Roger Strong came back out there. Kyle O'Reilly came out, and apparently everybody in Undisputed Kingdom is cool. Everybody cool. Roger Strong cool. Kyle O'Reilly, we acting like we wasn't just beefing with him. Everybody is cool, and I'm guessing they back to being a stable. I don't know. I really don't know, but that's what happened. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the first two matches. The first two matches, you felt the emotion. You knew it was there. You knew they was finna bang. You knew they was finna do what they were supposed to do. Part 3 kind of felt a little bit underwhelming. I'm not saying they didn't do what they were supposed to do, because the whole story was Adam Cole's doggone ankle. That was the story. His story was his ankle is messed up, and he's he trying to get back. So I got that part, but even Adam Cole tried to cheat. It didn't work. It really didn't work. MJF gets the win. He beats that man 3 times straight. 3 times straight. So what the clown did we do moving forward? I don't know. If it's anything that left me confused out of this whole pay-per-view, right here, I don't know what the clown TK and them was trying. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm being 100% with you. I literally, when they first tried to do this again, I really tried to make sense of it, but I honestly don't. So for the hardcore AEW heads that love everything this company do, jump in the comment section and tell me exactly what's going on and where we go from here, because honestly, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So this is a markdown right here. This matchup I was looking forward to. Powerhouse Hobbs just got back, and his old squad, they kind of left him out there in the cold. They didn't want to contact him or nothing like that during his injury. So he said, hey, I didn't get a call from you, Takeshi. I didn't get a call from you, Don. I pretty much put y'all fools on the map, and you fools kind of left me hanging. Don Callis over there talking about something. Well, my people did reach out to you. Stop it. So since you clowns don't want to, get back to me or whatever, I want to take exactly what you got, which is the International Championship, Takeshi. And ladies and gentlemen, this matchup was actually very good. This is a very good matchup. Fans wanted Powerhouse Hobbs to win. They was out there talking about please be careful. They was talking about meat and all this crazy stuff. But I knew Takeshi was going to get the victory. Don Callis sitting out there acting a complete fool on commentary, talking all this bull jive, because he is a professional bull jive artist. That's exactly who he is. Don Callis is a professional bull jive artist. That's what he is. Powerhouse Hobbs, man, time after time, it was like he was trying, but that knee just was not working. So he pulled off his knee brace and everything, and he thought pulling off the knee brace was going to allow him to get the job done. He didn't. He failed. Takeshi beat him. And I'm assuming we're going to eventually run this back. I don't know when. I don't know. But like I said, I thought the two of them did a very good job. Crowd was invested. The crowd was into it. I thought this was a very solid matchup. Then we get to this matchup right here. There is a lot of people who are not on board with Miss Mercedes right now. They are not on board with Miss Mercedes and everything she's been doing ever since she came over. They're not feeling everything. They don't like the CEO stuff. Listen, let me tell you something. The hatred that this woman gets, a lot of times, yes, Mercedes is full of pride. I'm not going to say she ain't. But some of the hate that she be getting, man, is just unworthy. I don't know where they come from. I don't get it. I mean, I kind of do know. It's the FBA side. Let's call it for what it is. Mercedes is FBA, so let's call it for what it is. She's half, but she is FBA. I wanted Chris to win this match. Real talk. I wanted Chris to get it. This may sound anti-FBA, but I'm just telling you both, for my hardcore FBA heads out there, I'm telling you both it's truth. I wanted Chris Statlander to win this match. I really did. I wanted her to win. I wanted her to win this match. Chris and Mercedes, they killed it. Now, like I said, the story was kind of awkward going into it and all that stuff and everything, but they part 2 was great. They killed it. They killed it. I was like, come on, Chris. Come on. But Mercedes pulled away again. She retained. So I don't know where we go from here, but I thought the two ladies, they did a tremendous job. They did great. They did a tremendous, I wanted Chris to win. I honestly wanted Chris to win. I'm serious. I'm telling you both face truth. I'm a Chris Statlander head. I like Chris. I wanted her to win, but she didn't get the job done. So Mercedes still running around here with 2 titles, running around here talking about some CEO looking goofy as possible, but I'm like, it is what it is. So Will Ospreay was in the back looking like a hot mess. He looked like a hospital patient. He just looked like a hot mess. So here we go, him versus Okada. And this is the first time on American soil on AEW television that these two linked up. They killed it. This for me was probably the matchup. It was like two matches that had match of the night potential, just follow one another. It was fantastic. It was, listen, I'm gonna tell you the both is true. All three of these matches was like, it was great. It was just back to back. Like, we had three great back to back matches like that. I was like, they killed it. Okada killed it. Will Ospreay looking like he getting ready to get the job done. He got his cut got reopened. I mean, just spilling blood all over the place. Man, Okada and him, they murdered it. It was fantastic. I said, could you imagine with a strong build up? This is one of TK's weaknesses. He got to figure out, how do I build up a storyline going into said pay-per-view where I can get people. Could you imagine? Think about this. Imagine the story built up 2 months of build before these two ever linked up. And then they go out here and give us a fact. I mean, it's not that hard. That's what pro wrestling is supposed to be. The TV show is supposed to be where the drama happens, where we get invested, where we can week after week television. We like, hey, I can't wait. Not how I've been doing, where you don't see me for weeks. I don't say nothing. I'll just disappear because I'm too busy working. I'm too busy dealing with my family or whatever. I'm like, I want to be fully invested. I want to let y'all. That's what being a pro wrestling fan is about. It's about getting invested, and then when the pay-per-view come through, and then the cats go out there and they kill it, boom. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be, I'm just hanging on the fact, hey, my week-to-week television is going to be garbage and sex. I get to the pay-per-view and we kill it. No. That's Tony Khan. And then I'm going to be honest with you. 11 matches, TK, let's shorten it just more. Maybe kill 2 of the matches on the pre-show. Maybe kill 3, whatever. And for people who've been complaining about Tony Storm being on the pre-show, Tony Storm just got back. She's trying to ride this new gimmick, which is basically her old gimmick that she had when she was in NXT and WWE. She just getting back. So I really didn't have a problem with her being on the pre-show. But I guarantee you, when they go to Australia, you do know she will be in that main event picture with Mariah. Just pencil that in. But Okada gets the dub, and for the first time ever, he retains the Triple Crown Championship. He made it a full year with that championship. So I'm sitting up and saying to myself, I know we not finna finish tonight without Kenny Omega pulling up. I just know it. Sure enough, Christopher Daniels comes out and he resigns as the unofficial GM, but he says, I got the guy who is the current GM or something like that. And everybody in the mama knew it. I said, you know who it is. When that music hit, I said, oh my goodness. I said, this company needed his presence. Kenny Omega was needed. He's desperately needed. They've been falling off. They've been dealing with all kinds. Like I say, Tony Khan, listen, look here. I saw the report. Tony Khan said that airing the footage of CM Punk and Jack Perry is what helped get the TV deal. That is just sad. That's one of the most dumbest statements I've ever heard from Tony. Tony Khan said some stupid stuff. But him saying that idiotic statement, that's what killed the company. The fact that food don't even work there anymore and you still riding on the boys' coattails. I'm like, TK, man, you got to change your mindset, dog. You got to change your freaking mindset, because that was just one of the worst things you ever could have done. And to me, that was stupid. He talking about that was fantastic. I'm like, TK, you. That's what I say. TK, I don't know, man. I sometimes with that dude, I don't know. So, Kenny Omega comes down with the Triple Crown Championships, and they kept pointing. Now, when I say pointing, I'm talking about the camera. The camera kept going up there to All In July 12, 2025. They kept looking up. I said, ladies and gentlemen, they're telling you what's going to happen. You know we getting Okada versus Kenny Omega. Just pencil it in. It's a done deal. They kept showing Kenny Omega, Okada, Triple Crown Championship, All In. It's a done deal. It is a done deal. He gave that man the championship. He looked that man in the face, shook that man's hand, gave him the championship. Then they kept pointing at the doggone sign, letting you know, All In 2025, live from Texas Ranger Stadium, Okada, Kenny Omega. Boom, there it is. Hey, I'm already on board. You ain't got to do nothing for me. I'm on board. Then we get to the main event. This main event should have had more feel to it, but it didn't because of the clowns who are controlling the ship. I'm going to be honest with you. This may be Moxley's worst title run. This is his 4th title run, if I'm not mistaken. 4-time AEW World Champion, and this may have been his worst. You would think with them doing this situation. Now, to me, the only cats that actually look decent in this group is what you call it? Roger Strong's wife. She has never looked better being in this group. Like, her entire run at AEW has, like, right here, this just her being with Moxley and being with Yuta and being with Claudio and being with the king of the cruiserweights. For some reason, he wasn't there. I don't know where he was at. But just her being with them has helped her out a lot. So, all the foolishness. I mean, listen, what they tried to do, the three Justice League members, Hangman, Jay White, and Orange Cassidy, they tried to work together by getting rid of him so then they can focus on the 3 of them. And it's just stuff just backfired. I was like, I mean, I was in and out on this matchup. Moxley, let me tell you something. About Moxley. I didn't talk about it. Now, there was blood in about 3 matches. Cole got busted open. MJF got busted open. I told you about Will Ospreay getting busted open. And obviously, you know, with the thumbtacks and Mariah May and Thunder Rosa, that was 4. Then we get to the main event. Now, I don't know what the clown. Moxley busted the back of his head and his neck open. Listen, Moxley be finding ways to get busted open. That was new. That was something completely new. I guess it was when he got slammed through the table, I guess. But Hangman, Jay White, Orange Cat, and then you got Yuta and them clowning and all that. I'm like, I mean, just too much clowning. Too much clowning is why Moxley walked out. And you did have Christian Cage watching. You had him watching with the doggone briefcase thing or the contract situation, as they acted like he was going to, you know, try to cash in, but he didn't. And like I said, man, I just wish they would have put forth more of an effort in getting people to care about this. And I think because they really didn't, we got a subpar main event. I'm just going. And now all 4 of these cats are actually solid in the ring, but the problem is it's just what they were trying to do. It just like, you know, I'm like, it is what it is. Moxley walks out. So after Moxley walks out, FTR pulls up, and FTR said, "We ain't coming along." And guess who makes his return? That boy Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge, is back. And he already said it. I'm coming after that world championship. So we done already got it established. I don't know when they're going to fight. And Christian seen that man. He was like, "Oh, no, this fool back." I thought that fool was done because he broke his leg. Edge is back, a.k.a. Adam Copeland. He's back. And listen, you got so much that can happen. Obviously, Darby Allin is on the shelf again because he quote-unquote got his neck broke by Claudio and them by slamming his foot on his head that was inside of the chair and then rolled him down the stairs. Listen, goofy stuff like that. Darby Allin don't care a dang about his body. I'm just calling for what it is. The fool don't care about his body. He don't care. He just want to get beat up all day, all night, every day. It's silly. But, hey, it's Darby Allin for it. So we in with the 3 of them in the ring. So I think we're gonna get a 3-on-3 on Dynamite coming up on New Year's. Yeah, tomorrow. So Dynamite is first Dynamite of the New Year. Yep. We getting a 3-on-3. So hey, it is what it is. Welcome back, Adam Copeland. So it's good to have Adam Copeland back. It's good to have Kenny Omega back. I thought World's End, for me, honestly, was an honest 7.5, so 8 out of 10. The 3 matches that pretty much carried this show. 4, my bad. 4 matches, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 matches that carried the show, but the overall feel of the show and what cats were doing. Oh, and then Ricochet getting embarrassed. That's 5. So half of the show, but for me, the overall, I just felt like this was a way better pay-per-view than Full Gear. Full Gear was garbage. Full Gear was a complete waste of time. This wasn't the best, but I say this was a good step back. This is an honest step back, honest step up to them finishing the year on. This may have been AEW's worst year overall, but still, they went out strong. 2025, we got the streaming deal. They're going to be on Max. Let's get things in order. You're talking about All In like crazy. All In is your WrestleMania. Let's do some solid building, Tony Khan. Let's get all the immaturity out the door. And let's get this company back to where they need to be. Now, for folks asking, no, I did not watch Monday Night Raw yet. I did not watch the last Raw on USA Network. No, I didn't. But I will be watching the very first Monday Night Raw on Netflix. You already know I will. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take the time to say thank you to everybody who done pulled up through this year 2024. This may have been one of the most growth years I've ever had on this channel, but this was a very trying year for me. I've had all kind of stuff going on, family health issues, financial issues, just a whole lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I thank God that we done made it. We made it to an end of the year. 2024 is coming to a close. 2025, I'm making the decree, will be the greatest year on KC4LWrestlingtakes channel. This will be my greatest year yet. I'm growing spiritually, physically, financially. I'm calling things which be not as though they were. We destroying all forms of white supremacy. We destroying all forms of buck dancing. We coming after everything. I ain't playing with none of y'all fools. We going in. KC4L King Self Life Wrestling Takes is going to the top. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that with y'all. Hey, and I always try to do this for the people who don't know, for the cats who've been rocking with me, who the people who are not really familiar with how I do things over here. I just want to let y'all know, going into 2025, if you don't know the Most High, and I ain't talking about religion, if you don't have a real relationship with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, today is the day to call out to him. You can cry out to him today. You can say, "Oh Lord, forgive me. I've sinned. I need you in my life. I believe that Jesus Christ died and rose again, and on the third day he rose. I believe it. I've received it. Forgive me of my sins right now, and I accept you into my heart." Boom. It's done. Believe it and you in. That's it. I just want to leave that with y'all, because cats don't be thinking about that. Cats be out here just living life any old kind of way, and they don't even be caring, and then they end up leaving this planet without knowing God. It's over. But I just want to leave that with y'all. It's like I said, some of y'all be thinking I just don't know. I just want to leave that with y'all, because like I said, this is what my channel is about. My channel is about sharing the Most High with cats and giving my honest take on what I see in this world called pro wrestling. You understand what I'm saying? But this is your main man, KC4L King Self Life Wrestling Takes. Hit that comment section up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're going into 2025. 2024 is a close. Y'all know what to do. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'll get back to y'all as soon as possible. This your main man, KC4L King Self Life Wrestling Takes. I'm out the door. Holla at your boy.